Good morning, all. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Saturday, the 8th of February 2025. Start as usual with the synoptic. We're looking at lunchtime yesterday with sort of troughs lying over the top of Lasham and along the English Channel, bringing a lot of poor weather. We had a bit of snow yesterday and pretty much low cloud and rain and drizzle for most of the day. If we run that through midnight last night, you can see there's now one front approaching with a trough over us about midnight. And that one front is probably right over the top of us now, with a cold front creeping in behind it. But the low pressure is centred down over the Isle of Wight. We're just going to get the weather rotating around the low pressure, and we're going to get very little change today. You'll be lucky if you see a little bit of a sort of bright sky and a bit of sunshine by about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We'll take this through midnight tonight and into Sunday. And again, very little change. Frontal systems are still lying over the top of the channel in the southern England. So I think tomorrow is going to be quite poor weather as well, I'm afraid. The SATPIC, there's a lot of low-level cloud there. Some of it's sort of rain-bearing, and there's a bit of vertical development in some of it, but it's pretty much 8/8 cover for the best part of the day. Rain radar showing sort of two batches of rain, one out over East Anglia moving slowly northwards, and one out over northern France, which is sort of moving south and rotating around the centre of the low pressure. The forecast for rain, if we run that throughout the whole day, you can see it's pretty much writing the whole day off. It doesn't go past us until sort of mid to late afternoon. There's still going to be some low cloud around at the back end of it. It's not going to clear up instantly, I don't think. So, I mean, that's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's just clearing the M3 to the north of us. And if we take that on to about sort of 5 o'clock, it's not moved much further. The Odium TAF is at least 18, 19 hours out of date by now. Their METAR is, they've actually got 0406 knots, 3.5 kilometers visibility and mist, overcast at 300 feet, temperature 3, dew point 3, pressure 1015 hectopascals. And Farnborough's actual is 0406 knots, just under 5 kilometers in haze, overcast at 500 feet. Temperature 4, dew point 3, pressure 1015. And they're forecasting 060, 10 knots, greater than 10k visibility with few 800 feet, broken at 1600 feet. And because that's about 11 hours old, it might not even be accurate. We can always just refresh that, and no, it's stayed the same. So yeah, let's move on then. Spot winds to the north, 050, 10 knots at 1,000 feet, 010, 15 knots to the south of us at 1,000 feet. And wind air showing a northeasterly flow pretty much throughout the day. The local Met Office forecast is fog, then rain, then drizzle, then mist, with perhaps a little bit of sunshine getting through at the end of the day, breaking through as the clouds start to break up at the back end of the fronts. They're looking at the wind being northeasterly to east northeasterly, with the temperature being around about sort of 5-6 centigrade throughout the day. But humidity down here at the bottom, it's 100% humidity up until about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and then it's still in the high 90s for the rest of the afternoon, which isn't brilliant. GFS are suggesting temperature will be about 5 degrees centigrade at lunchtime, with the dew point at 4. And currently here at Lasham, we've got about 3 degrees centigrade with a dew point down at about 1.5. And looking at the camera on the south side, we've got that northeasterly wind, we've got very poor visibility and low cloud on the airfield. SkySight isn't too optimistic. They're suggesting the cloud's going to be pretty much on the ground all day long. And Top Meteo, if we have a look at the significant weather throughout the day, we just run that from 9 o'clock through to about the hours of darkness, and there's very little change there. As we come up towards about 5 o'clock, you can just see this back end of it, the front's going through. That's actually 6 o'clock there. So no times. There's only a few around today, but we're not going to be flying today. We're going to scrub the day. I'm not going to bother going into the no times. But what we can do is we can have a quick look at the um, local forecast, or sort of local airfield brief, and we'll start with the Odium cross section. And that's not very encouraging, is it? They've got cloud on the ground right up until about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and it's incredibly thick layers that are above us. Um, so not brilliant. Hazards, low cloud, and fog, obviously, are not conducive to good flying. So I'm not going to bother with the booking list. There's no movements on today. General situation is that there's low pressure over the channel and there's fronts along the south coast. There's low cloud, drizzle and rain throughout the day. And that's pretty much it. Uh, what can I say? I'll see you in the clubhouse shortly. Have a good day. Let's support the CAF and the bar later on. The rugby's on later. Maybe gather in the bar and watch that this afternoon. The simulator will be available throughout the day, and I'm sure if anybody needs to use that, they'll be more than willing to get in there and help them out.